Hello MotoGP enthusiasts. Welcome back to ZNGP Today. Pecco Bagnaia has offered Ducati fans a welcome boost ahead of the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello, clocking a personal best 1 minute and 3.470 seconds on a Ducati Panigale V4S during a Misano track day. The lap, achieved while riding alongside VR46 Academy teammates and Valentino Rossi, comes just days after concerns over his wrist injury at Catalunya, and signals both resilience and renewed confidence as Ducati prepares for its centenary celebrations at Mugello. Marc Márquez's inclusion on the provisional Mugello entry list has ignited speculation that the reigning champion could attempt a comeback at Ducati's home round, pending clearance in Thursday's MotoGP medical. His possible return comes at a moment of upheaval. Several riders injured at Catalunya, notably Álex, Marquez and Johann Zarco, are confirmed out, forcing teams to juggle substitute options, test rider commitments, and the demands of a packed summer calendar. Toprak left the Catalunya MotoGP weekend convinced he had taken a really big step after Monday's post-race test, but data from Fabio Quartararo exposed a clear area for improvement: time attack performance on fresh, soft tires. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Bagnaia's lap was not only fast but symbolically important. Riding a production Panigale V4S, a machine far removed from the bespoke GP26 prototype, he managed a time only 3.41 seconds slower than Marc Márquez's MotoGP race lap record at Misano last year. For context, Bagnaia still holds Misano's official MotoGP pole and race lap records from 2024. With times of 1 minute and 30.031 seconds and 1 minute and 30.877 seconds respectively. The track day itself was a showcase of Italian talent. Marco Bezzecchi, Luca Marini, Franco Morbidelli, and Rossi all joined Bagnaia, creating a unique blend of camaraderie and competition. Such sessions are often less about lap times and more about rhythm, confidence, and testing physical limits. Yet Bagnaia's performance stood out as a statement of intent. Achieving such a lap on a road-going Panigale highlights Bagnaia's ability to extract maximum performance from any Ducati platform, reinforcing his reputation as a rider deeply attuned to the brand's DNA. The Misano lap carries added weight given Bagnaia's recent struggles. At Catalunya, he was visibly shaken after Johann Zarco's accident, reporting dizziness and wrist discomfort. His participation in Monday's test was limited, and he admitted something in his wrist wasn't in the right position. To return to Misano and push hard on the Panigale suggests progress in his rehabilitation. Ducati has been cautious, balancing physiotherapy with controlled track activity, and Bagnaia's ability to ride aggressively without apparent limitation is a positive sign. While a track day lap cannot replicate the stresses of a MotoGP race, it demonstrates Bagnaia's willingness to test his body under pressure, a crucial psychological step toward Mugello. Bagnaia's time also invites comparison with other benchmarks. Nicolo Bulega, Ducati's World SBK star, recorded a 1 minute and 31.618 seconds on his Panigale Superbike during Misano's Superpole last year, while Toprak Razgatlioglu's BMW holds the World SBK race lap record at 1 minute and 32.687 seconds. Against these figures, Bagnaia's 1 minute and 3.470 seconds on a road-spec Panigale is remarkable, underscoring his sharpness and adaptability. Production bike lap times are not directly comparable to MotoGP machinery, but they serve as a litmus test for rider form. Bagnaia's pace suggests he is physically and mentally prepared to re-engage at the highest level. The timing of Bagnaia's Misano lap is significant. Mugello is Ducati's home race, a venue where the brand will celebrate its centenary with fanfare and expectation. Bagnaia's demonstration of speed and resilience reassures the team and supporters that he can line up competitively. Still, Mugello is one of the most demanding circuits on the calendar, with long straights, heavy braking zones, and rapid changes of direction that place immense strain on wrists and shoulders. Ducati will rely on medical clearance before confirming Bagnaia's participation, but his Misano outing has already lifted morale. For Ducati, Bagnaia's presence at Mugello is not just about points. It is about symbolism, pride, and continuity in front of a passionate home crowd. Bagnaia's scorching Misano lap is more than a number. It is a declaration of intent. It shows that despite injury concerns, he retains the speed, confidence, and determination to compete at the highest level. Ducati will continue to monitor his recovery carefully, but the Misano performance strengthens the case for his return at Mugello. For fans and the factory alike, it is a reassuring sign that their champion is ready to fight again, just in time for Ducati's most important weekend of the year. Marquez missed Catalunya after undergoing double surgery, one procedure to repair a fractured right foot sustained in the Le Mans sprint, and another to remove damaged screws compressing his radial nerve in his shoulder. 2 weeks of rehabilitation have followed, but Mugello's timing is tight. If he intends to race, he must pass MotoGP's official medical on Thursday, which will assess mobility, strength, and pain tolerance. A comeback this soon would be remarkable. Medical staff will weigh the risks of aggravating surgical sites against the competitive desire to race at Ducati's centenary home event. Even if cleared, Marquez may face limitations in braking stability and endurance, critical factors at Mugello, one of the most physically demanding circuits on the calendar. Álex Marquez and Johann Zarco are confirmed absentees. LCR Honda has stated it is working on Zarco's replacement but has yet to announce a rider. Options include Takaki Nakagami, who has prior LCR experience, or Ducati's veteran test rider Michel Pirot, who has often stepped in for factory and satellite teams. However, availability is complicated. Nakagami is scheduled for a Misano test, while Pirot's duties with Ducati's development program are critical. MotoGP rules oblige teams to provide a qualified substitute within 10 days of a withdrawal, but practical realities, injuries, clashes with World SBK, and test schedules make compliance challenging. The paddock is watching closely to see how LCR and Gresini balance obligations with strategic priorities. Substitute riders affect more than race results. They shape development feedback, influence test programs, and can slow progress on future projects. For Honda, pulling Nakagami into race duty could compromise work on the upcoming 850 cubic centimeters prototype. For Ducati, using Pirot as a stand-in for Álex Marquez would divert resources from ongoing GP26 refinement. Test riders are the backbone of development. Their absence from scheduled sessions can delay aerodynamic trials, electronics mapping, and durability testing. Teams must decide whether short-term race presence outweighs long-term technical advancement. Mugello is more than just another round. It is Ducati's home race and the centerpiece of its centenary celebrations. A Marquez return would electrify the event, symbolizing resilience and reinforcing Ducati's competitive narrative. Conversely, his absence would deepen Ducati's injury woes, leaving Pecco Bagnaia as the sole headline figure amid uncertainty. For substitutes, Mugello offers a rare chance to showcase talent on one of MotoGP's grandest stages. Home rounds magnify pressure. Ducati faces the dual challenge of protecting rider health while delivering spectacle for fans and sponsors. The decision on Marquez's participation will resonate far beyond the paddock. Marc Márquez's provisional entry for Mugello keeps alive the possibility of a dramatic return, but it hinges on Thursday's medical clearance. With Álex Marquez and Johann Zarco sidelined, LCR and Gresini must resolve complex replacement dilemmas that touch both race performance and development priorities. The next 48 hours will be decisive, as medical reports and contractual negotiations determine whether Mugello becomes a story of comeback, compromise, or further reshuffle in a season already defined by unpredictability. Razgatlioglu concentrated on setup work with Yamaha's latest V4 chassis during the post-race test and reported noticeable gains in corner entry and mid-corner stability, particularly on the medium compound Michelin. The improvements translated into highly consistent lap times when riding alone. "I'm happy because we improved a lot, especially with the medium tire. We made a really big step, especially on corner entry, and I feel the bike is a little bit better in turning." Consistency on a single tire compound is a strong indicator that chassis balance and suspension settings are moving in the right direction. Razgatlioglu posted a string of consistent laps in the low 40s on the medium tire before lunchtime rain curtailed the test, leaving him 19th on the timesheets and 1.257s off the pace set by Pedro Acosta. The wet interruption limited further comparisons and development work. Weather can skew short test programs. When rain arrives, teams must prioritize which data to protect and which runs to abandon. Comparative telemetry with Quartararo revealed that Toprak reverts to some World SBK habits when he fits a new soft tire, losing corner speed that Quartararo manages to retain. That drop in corner speed prevents the full exploitation of the soft tire's one-lap potential. "I'm checking Fabio's data, and Fabio with the soft tire makes more corner speed. I'm trying, but it's very difficult." Telemetry comparisons are invaluable for pinpointing small but decisive differences in riding technique during qualifying runs. Razgatlioglu and his crew chief, Alberto, identified a mental and technical shift when the soft is fitted. Toprak instinctively asks for more exit grip and opens the throttle earlier, a superbike habit that sacrifices corner speed on the Michelin soft. He knows he must adapt to keep corner speed and roll on the power more progressively. "When I put the soft tire, immediately my mind is changed. I'm riding a little bit like a superbike style. With this Michelin tire, you need to more keep corner speed and open the throttle slowly." Changing ingrained riding habits is often the hardest part of switching categories. Small timing adjustments at turn-in and throttle roll-on can yield big qualifying gains. Razgatlioglu will take another shot at refining his time attack approach at Mugello this weekend, where he hopes to translate medium tire race pace into sharper one-lap performance on the soft. The team will use the remaining European rounds to compress learning and close the qualifying gap. Mugello's high-speed corners and long straights will test both corner speed retention and exit traction, an ideal proving ground for the adjustments Toprak needs. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!